Alright, I really enjoy a good cookie. And throughout the years, people have handed me cookies and asked me what I think. And when that happens, I think I'm helping someone when I point out what's wrong with their cookies. Very seldom, if ever, do I let things slide. Do I pat them on the back and say this is a wonderful cookie when I can hardly choke it down. YouTube's kind of like that to me. It's an opportunity to give an opinion on what I feel is at least what's going on, or most prevalent, or most important at the time. And that's why I talk about politics. I was never really interested in politics until 2016. It was always something to shake my head at or be disappointed in, because it's always the same old game. A bunch of people making a bunch of promises, getting to Washington, and never delivering on what they said. Well, I paid attention to what Trump was saying, and I pay attention every election cycle to what candidate says what, so that I can critique what they said during the election opposed to what they accomplished or didn't accomplish during their time in office. And in my lifetime, I've never seen someone try to follow through on more political promises than Donald Trump has. And in my lifetime, I've never seen the other side react to a president like the Democrats on the left have now. Either their hearts are so full of hatred that they just can't stand the guy for what he represents, or they have something to hide. Somewhere along the line, they tried to mess with the recipe of freedom, and it's all on the verge of being bought out to the American people. That's why they're willing to say anything, keep investigations going that are going to go nowhere, and drag other people and industries into their fight so that they can keep it all covered up and under wraps. They don't want us to know that they've screwed with the recipe of freedom. And it should be fairly obvious to anybody by now that they have. By the things they say, the things they do, the shutting down of people's speech, the taking away their rights to participate in social media, all to cover up this mistake they made somewhere in the past. You have politicians right now quite literally violating their oaths of office. When they go to Washington, they take an oath, no matter what side they're on, to serve the people and the Constitution of the United States. And that is not what's been happening. And the reason it's been allowed to go on, in my opinion, is the fact that not enough people are awake to it. Because it can only be repaired, straightened out, unless we collectively as a people are willing to get involved, state our opinions, and know what's what, as opposed to just sitting down, eating the same old crap, and not willing to offer a critique, not willing to discuss the events of the day and analyze them accordingly. So don't send me something and ask my opinion, because I'll give it. Don't bake me a cake or give me some cookies and say, what do you think? Because I've experienced this in my life on more than one level. If you don't say anything about what people are trying to feed to you, more than likely you're going to have to eat the same shit all over again. And eventually, the meal will become so rotten that you can barely stomach it. And I don't want that for our country. You shouldn't want that for our country. And being forced to swallow things that we don't like is completely un-American. Take care.